Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well. I just thought I'd share this video with you tonight to show you the top headline from BBC South East this evening, or should I say, the biased Bolshevik cartel. It concerns the Royal Navy now leaving the English Channel as of midnight tonight and handing back responsibility to the Home Office. Now, you see, without the Navy in the Channel, with its sophisticated radar, sophisticated sonar that can pick up these boats leaving and then pinpoint the coordinates and sending Border Fast and the taxi service, the RNLI, to taxi them back in, tell you what, the Home Office is stumped. Anyway, like I say, thanks all for your likes, shares, subscribes, and all of your support. Let's have a watch. Here we go.
Hello. First tonight, the Home Office has announced it's taking back control of Channel operations in its latest attempt to stop small boats carrying migrants to the Kent coast from France. It's promised to recruit 730 additional staff and invest in new equipment to track the crossings. It comes 9 months after the then Home Secretary put the military in operational command. And during that time, record numbers, more than 40,000 people, have made the journey to Britain. Critics say the Navy's involvement was little more than a publicity stunt, as Simon Jones reports.
Murky weather means it's been a quiet first day for the Home Office's new Small Boats Operational Command. It says it will recruit staff and invest in new vessels, drones and cameras to track the crossings, prevent tragedies at sea and identify those steering the boats with a view to prosecuting them.
I think it's absolutely vital as we see the military leave that the Home Office really step up and we see them take forward the detection, the interception, the surveillance, the intelligence work that this new Small Boat Command Centre has been set up to do.
It was only 9 months ago that the military was brought in to try to get to grips with the crossings. Since then, record numbers have arrived. And one union representing immigration staff claims on some levels it was a government publicity stunt.
It didn't change the number of small boats that started to arrive. It didn't change the fact that pushbacks or turnbacks are an unacceptable threat to life, and the military also refused to do them. I don't wish to downplay in any way the assistance that the military provide and the skills that they bring to that, but it was more by way of a diversionary tactic, if you like.
And one retired Royal Navy commander says the MOD will be glad to hand back control.
Reputationally, they'll be relieved. I mean, there was only ever going to look like the Navy were providing a taxi service. When you look at the breadth and number of organisations that have responsibility for tackling this issue, I think it's a mistake to make it a defence task. It doesn't sit there, it sits with the Home Office.
But one charity believes another reorganisation in the Channel is another distraction.
I think the government wants us all to believe that those coming across the Channel are either playing the system or simply don't have a legitimate claim to be a refugee. That is not the case. Our data clearly shows 6 out of 10, the majority, are refugees.
Albanians.
The Home Office insists today is a significant landmark in the long-term plan to ensure the safety and sovereignty of Britain's borders.
Simon's in Dover for us now, and Simon, the government is clearly feeling the pressure to get those numbers down.
Yes, and perhaps under most pressure is the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman. Now, in an interview with The Telegraph this morning, she says this issue could cost the Conservatives the next election, and now is the final chance to introduce new legislation to try to stop the crossings. Now, the government wants to say to anyone arriving by boat that it will remove them either to Rwanda, their home country, or a safe country they've passed through to get to the UK. The problem for the government, though, is the Rwanda scheme is currently on hold, facing a legal challenge, and there is no agreement with the EU to remove anyone there. So even if the new law comes in quickly, its effects may not be felt quickly, though.
OK, Simon, thank you. Now, as we've been hearing, a day of widespread